This is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
Hey, yo.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true.
Because I'm better than you, and you know it.
In the back, there are men and women, seasoned professionals, dudes paid in full, gunning to be the best.
We're wrestlers in a wrestling ring. Let's just freaking wrestle.
The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
Alright, look. I'm not gonna lie to you. While Canadian health services and the healthcare, the universal healthcare that we have is awesome, and I only paid $20 out of pocket for these pills, you have to wait a while. Hence the reason why there wasn't a show where we were supposed to have a show. I'm not happy about it either. But I'm here. May as well say hey, hi, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the WrestleCast, presented by RVT Entertainment on Podomatic, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever else you may find us. Find out we're recording it live on RVT Entertainment's official Twitch.tv channel. We talk about professional wrestling both in the mainstream and independent scene. I'm healthy-ish. I'm not coughing anymore, technically. My name's Matty Jay, that is TWK.
Matty, you are lucky because last time I had a family member had to go to the emergency room, they had to wait for hours and get thousands of dollars in bills.
That's like I said. I'm still going to bitch about the waiting time. But the bills, I'm like, look. I'll take whatever bills you have, like $20 to get healthy. Fine. Just, Jesus.
A percentage.
This thing on my stomach could have killed me in a different era.
Comfortable?
It was not the most comfortable, no.
Ooh, well, I'm glad you're doing better this week.
I will explain in a few minutes what happened here and the reason why we did not have a show last minute. Before we do, Shintigercurl.
All right, class, it's time to run down this pay-per-view card, so let's get started. In the main event, it's going to be Brienne, all right? Brienne versus Max Friedman. I'm feeling a good match. Next up, we got Sam O.A.G.O. Sam O.A.G.O., he good. Versus...
Sir, I believe that's supposed to be Samoa Joe.
Are you for real, Tashades?
Yeah.
You know it, Joe. You want to go to war, Tashades? We could go to war.
By the way, I say iron exchange while we're here.
I'm kind of already here now.
As well.
Anyway, Sam O.A.G.O. taking on Wardlow.
That's supposed to be Wardlow, sir.
Son of a bitch! You get off this call and you take your ass to Tony Khan's office right now.
Sir, isn't that supposed to be
Tony
Tony Khan?
Both of you get your asses out of here right now! Wasting my time.
That's right. The WrestleCast will now exclusively be Shintigercurl and TWK, baby!
I got my eye on you two, YouTube.
Well, I'm glad somebody pronounces my name correctly around here.
Thank you.
I've been needing a good laugh. Also, Matty is not the only one who's had to deal with hospital visits in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, he had it rougher than I did technically, but you explained it on your own time. And for those who are wondering why you show up on Saturday expecting three dudes talking about the Fed and how they disappointed Montreal, and wound up wondering, hey, where's Matty? Well, yeah. I'll keep it brief. I had to go to the emergency room. I had, from between Wednesday night and Thursday morning, I had developed an abscess. Basically a zit that will not pop. You know, just a whole lot of stuff that's not healthy for you in a thing. And it just keeps growing. And at first, it was just a small size of a marble. And usually, yeah, I've had those before, and they disappear in a couple days. No big deal. This one didn't. In fact, it grew to a point where it was starting to get a little uncomfortable. To the point where even my mother noticed and went, "And Matty, are you okay?" So yeah, I think I got a thing. And she looks at it, and the first thought was, "I'm taking you to the emergency room tomorrow." That was Friday night. We went, tried one spot. They didn't want to take us, so we went to the other spot. They took us, and the triage nurse, who is a nurse practitioner, saw it and went, "Yeah, that's an abscess. Well, it's just a simple pop and clean up, and we'll give you some gauze and some antibiotics." That was around 10 o'clock in the morning. 12 hours later.
Ugh.
Long story short, it was popped. It was cleaned up. They gave me what I needed to get on my way home. No show, but yeah, that was a thing that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of glad he got it easier than I did, because yeah, I don't think he'd want to go through what I did through almost having a fucking stroke.
Which that could have fucking happened.
Yeah, no joke. I'll make this brief, but basically,
Yeah.
I was noticing a pressure in my chest. Went to the hospital, found out my blood pressure was over 200.
That's bad.
Yeah, 203
Very bad.
over 131. It was bad. So, needless to say, I've just changed my diet up a bit.
So, long story short, that's what happened. And some of you are already talking about wrestling and not saying, "Hey, Matty, are you okay?" And greats. I'm only kidding, of course. But yeah, that was. I'm fine. I'm on antibiotics till tomorrow, till Monday morning, and at this point, it's healing up and all that stuff. I'm fine. So is the shades, as you can tell.
Matty, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Matty?
Nice. You've been struck by a smooth criminal. Thriller. Anyway, we have a show. Obviously, there's some catch up to do because we were supposed to do Elimination Chamber review last weekend. Obviously, we're going to do that this weekend. It'll be abbreviated. You're just going to get a couple of thoughts and a review of the main event and our scores. And, of course, some news. And the Shades is here because it's AEW weekend. So we got to talk about that. We got the preview of AEW's Revolution. They limped into it, but they're presenting a card for the that is on paper very strong, very strong.
Yeah.
So we'll be discussing this the shenanigans over at TK Land. Speaking of that, clip of the week time. I had a hard time last week, and there's a part of me that is kind of glad we didn't do a show because that would have been a rush to try to put together anything pre-produced. Not this week. Thank you, Brian Danielson. And thank you, Fight. Thank you, Fight. And Mace, who likes to share his Fight feed with a few of us who are lucky to watch wrestling borderline uncensored at this point.
Borderline nothing.
I have to say borderline because otherwise people are going to go, they're going to pull a TV Nihon. None of us want that.
No, because this is legal for us, technically.
Hey, I pay my TSN. I have legal access to that shit. They can't do shit. And when you pay $20 a month for that shit, you better still have fucking access. Anyway, Brian Danielson went blue to do the hard sell for the pay-per-view tomorrow. Take a listen.
Max, shut up!
For once in your life, just shut up. For weeks, I've been listening to you come out here and say all these different reasons why you hate me. You hate me because people respect me and you think you deserve that respect. You hate me because some people call me the best wrestler in the world, and as AEW champion, you think you deserve that. He hates me because I have a wonderful wife, I have wonderful kids, and he thinks he deserves that. That's why he hates me. You know what, Max? You think you deserve all of these things, but you have done nothing to earn them, and he has done nothing to fight for them. You have taken every shortcut, every cheat that you can to become AEW World Champion. You haven't fought for that. And if there's one thing that you deserve, it's your fiance leaving you.
Whoa. Well, that wasn't right. That's a low blow. Come on.
Pinning shoulders to Max and banging rats. Is that what you do, Max? That doesn't seem like somebody I'd want my daughter to marry. You took your jacket off. You want to fight. I'm ready to fight anytime. Because unlike you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth, and I've been fighting my whole life. I fought poverty, I fought depression, I fought head injuries, I fought shoulder injuries, I fought retirement, I fought the authority, I fought for everything. Before I came here, I had a job that would have paid me for the rest of my life, but I left and I came to AEW because I wanted to fight! And when I talk about fighting for your dreams, do you know what my new dream is since I've been here? It's to become AEW World Champion. And God damn it, I'm willing to fight for it. So Max, this Sunday at Revolution, you better be ready to fight with everything you have for 60 full minutes, and if you don't, you are going to get your fucking head kicked in!
You know, I just realized I could have put in an 8-bit version of I Fought the Law just as a joke. I was listening to it again. I'm like, motherfucker.
Hell, I'll do you one better. We've got we're coming up on the pay-per-view. It's Bryan Danielson. You know what you could have done?
Do you want to pay $50,000 per podcast play? I don't.
Well, you could have done an 8-bit version. Come on.
Fair. I do have an 8-bit version of that too, but to be fair,
I would make you play the real deal. Come on.
Thank you for the setup, though. It's always a good idea to shit on Europe, the band, not the continent, of course.
Yes.
Did you say Europe, the country?
No.
Continent.
Europe, the band.
The
and
band,
Europe. And Europe, the band. The band, Europe, not the continent.
There you go.
Anyway, and I said continent, for God's sake. Don't put words in my mouth, asshole. Anyway, lots to talk about. Obviously, we'll be discussing that particular match in a few moments, of course. Geez, Danielson says, hey, that's what they chanted in Ring of Honor.
That's what we call a callback, boys. Callback.
You're gonna get your fucking accident. It is my hope San Francisco goes for that chant.
It is in his theme song, after all.
That's very true. Subtle, but it's there. All right. Lots to talk about. Obviously, we got to do a little bit of catch up, and we have to do Elimination Chamber, which happened last week in my home province of Quebec, in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, the Bell Center. 17,271 allegedly. Only 5 matches. Go ahead, sorry.
This is the part where I have to sit back and let you guys run the show because I did not watch the pay-per-view, so I don't know shit.
Only 5 matches, but this was a case of the, hey, this is a B pay-per-view. Let's treat it like a B pay-per-view. I guess. Asuka defeated Carmella, Liv Morgan, Natalya, Nikki Cross, and Raquel Rodriguez in 1930 in the Elimination Chamber match to set up her versus Bianca Belair. That shall be a banger at WrestleMania.
I had fun with this match.
Yeah, it was 19. It felt longer, but 19 minutes 30 seconds, and it was fun.
Yeah,
it was fun. Bobo Lashley defeated Brock Lesnar by disqualification when Brock didn't want to try to break the Hurt Lock again and kick Bobo Lashley in the dick.
This is on bullshit, and the following Raws just made it worse.
This match is already on my list as worst match of the year.
It's on the top. It's on the list right now. It is the bar to beat right now, because if it weren't from the finish, it's just spam finisher. It's enough to get the crowd going. It's not going to be like, it's going to be mid, but not in the tier of bad finishes to make it worst match of the year. But because of the finish, I got to agree with you. Right now, that's the bar to beat. That's the low bar. That's the limbo.
Honestly, considering this is Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar, who can put in great matches,
they have put in great matches too.
They can do it. It's just
Brock put on his lazy shoes.
They both put on their lazy shoes. If they're going to spam finishers and then give us a foobar ending, it's slops.
Bad booking, and I guess they saw the bad booking and went, well, if this is going to be shit, let's make it shit. Edge, Beth Phoenix defeated the Judgment Day in a mixed tag match. Crowd popped. 1350. Dominic Mysterio is over as a heel in Montreal.
And given what he said about how he came up with the prison dom gimmick, I like him even more now.
Yeah. His entire gimmick, the seed of it is an Office reference.
It started as a joke, and they just ran with it, and I'm glad for it. I love me Prison Dom.
All he's missing is the bandana that Mike was wearing.
Didn't he have it? Doesn't he have it around every once in a while? Pretty sure he does.
Mm-hmm.
And Enigma Extreme Ass says, if they're going to do something with Brock for Mania, why isn't it Gunther? Simple. He's going to be stuck with McIntyre and Sheamus, which we're not complaining about that. And 2, Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
We'll get
to that asshole in a few. Austin Theory retains the United States Championship. He defeated Bronson Reed, Damian Priest, Johnny Gargano, Montez Ford, you bad fucking lad, and Seth fucking Rollins. I know it's freaking, but hey, what the fuck. Elimination Chamber match, U.S. Championship, 31-30. Montez Ford, you sick fuck.
Yeah, Montez Ford climbing all the way to the top of the chamber and diving off of it like a madman.
Mm-hmm.
Also, at one point... Sorry, go ahead.
This was an absolute classic. One of the best chamber matches. One of the best men's chamber matches we've ever had. Period.
Top 10 easily.
And also give props to Johnny Gargano and Seth Rollins for that fucking Frankenstein off the top of the pod.
Yep, that was clean.
That was beautiful. It had to be clean too.
Yeah, I felt like just one wrong move and they could have both died.
Easily. Because it's turnbuckle and metal if you misjudge the distance.
Yeah, we're talking about Montez Ford, but really, everybody came to work in that cage,
including Logan Paul.
Yeah, look at Paul's interference at the end.
Yeah, and the way they set it up was genius. It looked like Montez got his head rung. He's fine. It was kayfabe, obviously. They left the chamber door open, and Logan Paul went, I'm going to have me a match with Seth Rollins at Mania. Pretty much
Just make sure none of the wrestlers try to buy into his cryptocurrency.
No, I hope not.
Yep.
I think at this point it's two dudes who I think it's Seth Rollins going, well, I can do something with him. Sure. Why not? Put me on the card, boss.
Okay, son. You're on the card. Make him look good out there. Thanks, Dad.
And in the main event, Roman Reigns retains against Sami Zayn, 32-20. Shenanigans afoot, 3 ref bumps, right? I counted 3.
I remember 3.
All right. I part of me was still sick at the time. I was still recovering from the second round of the cold that started back in January. I had a fucked February, folks. So it was one of those, if I could react, I don't know if I would have reacted. I watched it. Montreal brought it the entire night, especially for this matchup.
No, they didn't just bring it, Matty. They brought it, put it on the table, opened it up, and gave it to everybody on the table brought it.
This was, if this was just a regular match in a regular city, it would have been great. Sammy and Roman are both over. They would have had an excellent matchup. But Montreal leaned it into epic. And a lot of people are wondering, why not? Why did you not put belt on Sammy? And I said it from day one. You may not like it. You're not supposed to. But this was for the greater good.
The greater good.
Shut it! And a lot of people were complaining post-match on Twitter and on social media saying, I'm going to boycott this, I'm going to boo that. They were in Boston, they were in Ottawa. Ottawa gave them Ottawa is secretly is 50-50. There's some casuals, but there were some hardcores, and I know a lot of people who hang out in that hardcore circle. And one guy tried to boo, got shut the fuck down. So for those saying, it's not going to work, look, it's still surgical precision needed here. They're not out of the woods.
Yeah.
But so far, so good with Cody and Roman.
Mm-hmm.
The planned tag match thing, whatever it may be with Sammy and Kevin, seems to be acceptable. So,
yeah.
Also, if Cody loses at Mania, I think that'll be even worse.
Yeah,
that's where you're going to see the shitstorm.
If Cody loses, a lot, I think a lot of people the faith for WWE will be gone immediately because people will think, well, Vince is fucking back, and technically he is, but still, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
And JC, great point here. To focus on the positive, the stuff that they've been doing on the weekly with Jey Uso has been phenomenal. They're nailing it absolutely. Yeah. So is Cody. This confrontation between he and Roman was awkward, but at the same time, that was the right level of awkward to make it look like, all right, these are two dudes trying not to kill each other until Mania.
Exactly. No.
Honestly,
the best comparison I could say with this is that if Cody does not beat Roman at Mania after how long Roman's been champion, we've got another Jade Cargill on our hands.
I think this would be even worse.
Yeah, it just makes it worse because of the length, actually, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And my whole thing with this is the people who wanted Sammy to win were just living in the moment because if you now think about it like this, let's just hypothetically.
And by the way, for the record, but I'm going to cut you off for a second. Living in the moment is a good thing.
Yeah,
we were all living in this moment, and it was awesome.
Yeah. So, say if Sammy did beat Roman Reigns, then he goes to WrestleMania, and he has to lose the belt to Cody. What does that make him? A transitional champion. Do you want Sami Zayn's first and maybe only world title run to be a transitional title? Because if they don't put it on Cody, then it would be pointless. And then his whole buildup of him coming back and his win at the Royal Rumble would have been for nothing. What about Roman? He did the final boss of WWE loses in a B pay-per-view. What's left for him to do? Maybe have a fat match with Jay Uso,
which will
possibly
be great, but it's not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not a. It's a B. It's definitely a B show match, but not a WrestleMania match.
The ultimate final boss deserves the ultimate final stage.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
WrestleMania.
No, this is a case of you got to look at the bigger picture. You may not like it, but you got to look at the bigger picture and realize this has to be the plan. Even if it's not the plan you may want, it's the plan they need.
Yeah. This was the only direction it was going to work. So I'm like, and we all called this. We all knew Sammy was going to get. We knew two things. Well, three things. One, Roman was going to get a hell of a lot of heat. Two, Sammy was going to get a pop that rivaled CM Punk's in Chicago.
Yeah.
And three, Roman was walking out of there world champion.
And Enigma Extreme does ask a good pertinent question. Why does he have to lose to Cody? Eddie beat Brock a month before Mania. Here's the difference. They had 2 world championships at the time. The WWE title was won. The world title was won. And the build-up to that year was 2004. They were building up Chris Benoit, who had won the Rumble at number 1 that year.
Mm-hmm.
After the year he had. It's apples and oranges for obvious reasons. But it's... Go ahead.
I was going to say, let's also add in the fact that Eddie also retained at Mania.
And he had a good match with Kurt, too. So that should... And they got it just as good a pop.
And also, that Brock losing was setting up for him to, with Goldberg, with the quote-unquote first dream match, which...
I mean,
yeah,
they eventually got a better one down the line, but in 2004,
yeah, we didn't know.
We don't want to talk about that.
We didn't know that. We didn't know that going in. Nobody knew.
Let's just say Madison Square Garden was absolutely fucking correct that night. Let's just leave it at that.
Austin had to save the whole match by giving them both stunners.
Yeah.
And even he couldn't do it. Even he couldn't save it.
He couldn't. The stunners and the beer batch was a sympathetic. We're sorry, these guys fucking sucked.
Yeah. An attempt was made. Did not succeed.
An attempt was made.
I'm trying, but I'm only one man. God damn it!
Oh goddamn, kid! I'm only one guy. I'm retired. I can't whoop an ass anymore.
Come on, hey, what you guys want me to do? You want me to give him a pile driver in the beer? Pile driver, best move in wrestling.
John Blood, we're waiting for your call. Open door. We got a seat right over here. Actually, it's occupied by shades tonight, but any other time, come on in.
Come on in, Johnny.
Come on in. Water's fine, bud.
Yeah, come on in, Johnny.
So long story short, yes, it sucks, and people going, "Oh, his injury, oh, how he injured it, oh, I'll boo because he injured it." Also in regards to Cody's injury, I'll boo as much as possible because of the injured. He hurt himself in the gym because he didn't want to talk off to the other guy in the gym. He didn't hurt himself in the ring. He hurt himself by being careless. He didn't know. He did everything right. He was probably he stretched. He did everything. Shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people, including you, Enigma, need to realize those 2 words. In wrestling, and really in any sport or any physical activity, shit happens. No matter how good, how careful you are, shit happens.
Let's not forget the fact that Triple H got his first major injury by running the wrong way.
Literally.
Or Psycho Sid snapping his leg like a Twizzler from jumping off Brett's rope.
That was, it wasn't even supposed to happen. It was a dumb thing by a dumb agent at the time. He wasn't supposed to break his leg. It was just the perfect storm of just bad shit happening. But shit happens.
He also said never wanted to jump off the top, even the middle rope, because he doesn't do high fly moves and he never felt comfortable doing it.
Mm-hmm. And the first time he does it, shit happens.
So people are going to boo him over the injuries. Like, he wrestle the Hell in a Cell match with Seth freaking Rollins on that busted pec. So, any excuse to boo him, get out. He knew he had no business in that cell, and yet he had a banger and a match of the year candidate.
Yep.
I said it before and I'll say it again. If you don't respect that, something's fucking wrong with you.
I respect it. I just never want to see it again.
There you
Exactly.
go. There
That's
you go.
exactly it right there.
Now, let's rank this son of a bitch. Shades, you're out of here. You don't need to do anything.
Yeah, get
here.
out of here.
No, not.
Yep.
Stay here. No. Just hang back. Eat your fruit. I'm honestly, I'll let you guys say first, but I'm sitting on a particular ranking, and I think the people are going to go, why? But we'll see.
Matt, TW, you want to go first?
All right, I'll give the show a 4.
All right.
For a B show, it was fine enough, you know. And the chamber matches were especially good, especially some of those high-flying moments. Just, Jesus Christ, how do some of these people stay healthy, let alone alive during some of these?
Very true. Shin.
I'm gonna mirror his thoughts. 4 out of 5 for me. I like both chamber matches. The mixed tag match was entertaining. That Brock Bobby match was to suck. And the main event, oh boy, that was probably the biggest match of Sami Zayn's life. It was marvelous. Roman's heel work, healing it out in front of his wife and his kid, just saying, hey, I wanted us to be a family. It's his fault. Now I'm going to send daddy home in a wheelchair. Like, that was top tier, douchebag, sadistic heel work by Roman Reigns, and Montreal was there for it. So, yeah, honestly, one of the better Elimination Chamber pay-per-views for me in the last couple of years. So, 4 out of 5.
That main event was pro wrestling perfection.
Indeed.
On every level. And I'm giving it a 4.5. The only reason it's not a 5 is Brock versus Lashley.
Such a disappointment.
This is a B pay-per-view in front of an A pay-per-view crowd that showed up to bring the energy. And I love Montreal for it. A good crowd, an awesome crowd makes a good show even better, right?
I'd also like to give Triple H props for this.
Yeah.
He won a whole Montreal show, a WWE Montreal show, without one screw job on the whole card.
My God, it's a miracle.
That's why it's getting the 4.5, boys. That main event especially in that main event, as you mentioned, was perfection. The crowd was perfect. Roman was perfect. Sammy was back doing his babyface rubber leg sell to perfection.
Also, and just because you said it, I'm going to give it a 4.5. Just because they didn't try to hammer it home as like, remember the Montreal screw job? We remember. Let's beat it into your heads.
To be fair, they brought it up as this is a thing that happened. It was 25 years ago, but they said, but the storyline isn't about the screw job. It's about, hey, this is Montreal's chance to actually get something positive on the board. They put hope on it.
Yeah, they mentioned it. They didn't beat your head into the ground with it every freaking 5 minutes to remind you that it happened.
Like Vince McMahon probably would. Like, you know, if Vince was in charge of creative, he would have had at least one match end in a screw job.
He would have.
Easily.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because we've seen it happen almost every time they go to Montreal. They have to do a screw job.
They make a reference.
If Vince was booking that main event, he would have made the referee Shawn Michaels. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. I can't disagree with you on that. That's the sad part.
Who's your daddy, Montreal?
Hey, they got good. Whenever they turn it into a positive, so to speak, it worked to perfection. I mean, case in point, Shawn Michaels, who's your daddy? But, you know, It is what it is. And, of course, anyway, I hope to God Cody doesn't get injured again after winning the title. Do you have to be such a negative Nancy, dude?
Seriously, man. I mean, granted, we agree, but come on, man. We don't need that thought in our heads.
Come on. This is Cody we're talking about. This is not CM Punk.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, I went there. I don't care.
Hell yeah.
Oh no, we're not knocking it, dude. You're on point. It's just
That's just a beautiful golf clap on the burn. Golf clap on the burn.
Mm-hmm.
All right. T-Dub, you got that list. It's Jericho sized. Let's do it.
Yeah, first thing on our list, Lesnar versus Omos has been confirmed for WrestleMania. No, it's not a joke. No, it's not a misprint. Yes, this is really happening. Oh, dear God, why?
Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just going to go ahead and throw this out there. Guaranteed this year's WrestleMania will not be a 5-star pay-per-view.
Or at least not whatever night this is on.
Oh,
That night will not be a 5-star night.
It will-
Guaranteed.
it'll be
Guaranteed. That match is guaranteed to stop.
Fuck you, WrestleMania!
And from what I've heard, this was a decree. This was a decree by good old Junior himself. He insisted that this match be a thing.
I'm willing to, and of course, the rumor is, and it has been heavily confirmed by the reliable ones, that Vince insisted, if not ordered, this match happen. Now, I'm willing to bet that this conversation happened between Vince and Triple H went, you get one match, old man. That's it. One match. One fucking match. That's it. And if it bombs, you're done.
This match is giving me so many flashbacks to Taker versus Giant Gonzalez at
fuck.
9.
Oh no! And with the rumors of Brock considering actual retirement, if this is his last Mania, oh my God!
That would be such a sad way to go. Like, your final Mania match, who's it going to be? Is it going to be against old rival John Cena?
No, it's Nigerian Giant Gonzalez. He is from Nigeria, almost, right?
I think.
I don't care.
I need to double check that.
I don't know, and more importantly, I don't care.
Well, it's gonna bug me, so I'm going to check it real quick because someone's gonna bug me about. Yeah, Nigerian professional wrestler. There you go.
There we go.
I'd rather watch Brock face off against Satnam Singh, and I love Satnam Singh.
No, I'm gonna do one. No, Shane, I'm gonna do one better. I would rather Brock go up against an actual quote-unquote Nigerian prince.
All right, T-Dub, this is gonna be a deep cut. Brock Lesnar versus the Great Power Uti.
Uti. Yeah, it's a deep cut. Wow. Also,
Art of Wrestling.
Also, when it comes to Satnam Singh, we've seen him on AEW during one of the tag battle royals. The fact that he can run around the ring super duper fast, so we know he's at least mobile.
Yes. Anyone calling him AEW's version of the Great Khali can now officially go fuck off.
Okay, Great Khali if he wrestled when he wrestled in New Japan, because I saw some of his matches in New Japan. He can move in New Japan. The minute he entered the WWE ring, his knees went nope.
And also, Satnam Singh also has two other things over Omos. One, he's better dressed. Find me a better dressed big man in professional wrestling. You won't find it.
You will not find him.
And two, the guy's got good charisma.
He does. He actually
He's
does.
got presence to him, man. He doesn't have to be this giant presence. He just has this threatening aura to him. Like, I don't want to fuck with that guy. Great Khali is like, yeah, you're big, but you don't scare me. But Satnam Singh, I'm like, I don't want to.
Yeah, you scare me.
Yeah, but Satnam Singh, I'm like, I don't think I want to fuck with this guy.
Yeah. And unlike Great Khali, I actually believe Satnam Singh could pull bitches.
Yeah.
He's got the suit. He's got the suit.
He's got the suit. He's got a well-trimmed beard and hair, so yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, I could. If he had some bitches around his arms, I'd totally buy it. Like, respect.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah. Anyway, moving
I don't want to make the joke. I do not want to make the
Moving
joke.
on.
I do not want to make the joke. T-Dub, move on.
Moving on. WWE just signed a new superstar to their roster, probably debuting in NXT within the next few months, and that is none other than the son of Mr. Wrestling 2, one of now the former Ugly Ducklings, Colby Carino.
Congratulations to the man.
Congrats.
Yeah.
This guy has been through a lot in his past several years. At one point, it felt like everything in his life was falling apart. He once got arrested. He was kicked out of the Ugly Ducklings for a while, but then cleaned himself up, got himself going, and now he's heading to WWE. Hope all goes well for him in the company.
He's back on the right path. That is a good thing.
Carino, if no one's ever seen Colby Carino wrestle, he's damn good. I've seen him wrestle live in person. He's good.
Nothing's changed on the ability side in the ring. If nothing else, just a little bit of experience, and that is not a bad thing.
Another thing that's not bad at all is the fact that Mercedes Moné is the new IWGP Women's Champion, and she took that title to the Mandalorian premiere.
She took it. There are pictures there. The match against Kyrie was great, by the way.
They gave them a full half hour.
And they took full advantage of that. New Japan's looking at that match went, we have invested well.
And we have our next challenger. It's going to be Azumi. And speaking of her, today she defeated Starlight Kid to retain her high-speed championship over in Stardom's Triangle Derby final show. And goddamn, that match was great. It was just a great technical match between the two. And just the finish alone was fucking amazing, something you have to see. So, Azumi and Starlight Kid are on the top rope. Azumi takes Starlight Kid's arm and essentially does a famouser with her arm off the top rope.
Nice.
And transitions that into a double armbar finisher that looks sick as fuck. Another match. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to mention, Slick Rick just pointed out in the chat. Apparently, Mercedes Moné is going to be in the local Comic-Con over in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Right before the AEW show happens in that same area.
Perhaps building towards Forbidden Door Part 2?
That'd be a hell of a twist. You know what? If they don't fully sign her, that might be the next best thing.
That might be the way to backdoor her in a sense. Give her a lay of the land, a vibe of what a AEW crew, and if it goes without a hitch, maybe we see that graphic that says Mercedes Moné is all elite.
Gotta tell you, you want to talk about betting war? Oh boy, Tony Khan and Nick Khan are going to be just going tooth and nail over her contract soon.
Yep.
If they aren't already.
By the way, shout out to Mercedes. That was a great Hana Kimura reference there. That was a good tribute there.
Oh yeah, their entrance, yeah, goddamn,
yeah.
that was amazing in her gear.
Oh yeah.
And Hana Kimura's one of Hana Kimura's tag partners, Joan Kiona, highly approved of it. And another match from today's Triangle Derby show from Stardom that was absolutely amazing was Saya Kamitani defending her Wonder Storm Championship against Hazuki. God damn it, these two fucking tore the house down. Like, Stardom right now is starting to be the company to watch when it comes to high-quality matches. Like, if you want some of the hottest shit, you watch Stardom.
Nice.
And in other news, Lince Dorado announced a couple weeks ago that he will stop wearing his mask next year.
Going the Santos Escobar route. Nice.
Makes sense.
He doesn't know how he's going to lose it, but he knows that this will be the final year of Lince Dorado under a mask. And in AEW Fight Forever news, Best Buy is sending an email out to their customers, now saying that the game was set to release on March 31st, which to me it sounds like a placeholder date, and it'll probably come out sometime in mid-April.
Makes sense.
Work the kinks out. I will wait.
Take your time. I want it to be good.
Well, the game's been done since September.
Yeah, but you still got to do that quality control.
That's
this
true.
is their first outing. They need to make this one good.
Yeah, I assume that's all. That's all really they could do at this point. Because
Give it as much good polish as possible.
Yeah, according to Kenny Omega, when he was on Swerve's podcast, this game's been done for months and months. They were just waiting for ESRB to rate it.
Wow. I don't know if you guys heard that over your headphones, but damn.
Yeah, she should apologize. That was the lady.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I didn't hear
Yeah.
nothing.
I heard it through my headphones there.
Yeah, Matty heard you. The others didn't.
All right, time to get to AEW Dynamite from the historical Cow Palace.
Good old cow.
Yeah.
Start off with OC versus Big Bill Morrissey.
There we go.
Did someone mention Big Bill Morrissey?
I said Big Bill Morrissey.
I know that guy. You guys know Big Bill Morrissey, big tall son of a bitch, goes 3,000 meters, about 2,000 metric tons. Yeah, you know Big Bill Morrissey once had sex with both sheep herders, but not the bushwhackers. Makes sense of that.
To Big Bill Morrissey.
Big Bill Morrissey.
Going into this match, OC was 21-0 in singles matches in 2023 and has the longest running winning streak.
Ooh.
Nice.
And there's a Excalibur cosplayer in the crowd, complete with headset.
I saw
I
that.
love it.
And there's a fan with the old IWGP heavyweight title. Missed that belt.
Me too.
Thought this match had OC versus Jason until we got chokeslammed through a table for his troubles.
Morrissey looks so good in this match.
We were commenting this on Wednesday. It's like that Morrissey looks so much better than he ever did in the Fed. Like he's shed the pounds. He's gotten over a lot of his issues, a lot of his drug issues. You could tell that he's in the best shape and having the best career of his life right now, and it is showing in the ring.
Yeah, this is what Matty, Shin, and myself were seeing on Impact for several months before he arrived, and glad he's showing it now in AEW.
He had a great match with OC. So this is literally this kind of match, the good matches that he's been having them in an Impact before his run in AEW. So there is that.
After this match, do we count Big Bill as a supernova?
Maybe?
I just wanted you guys' opinion about that. He might be trending in the direction of a supernova.
Well, one thing that was trending this match is Orange Cassidy's Orange Punches, as he had hit 2 regular ones and a super Orange Punch to take down Big Bill.
That, I think, was the big key point of the match, is the fact that they are making Big Bill seem like a credible threat. That it took that much to take him down. Shows just how much of a threat he is. That's, again, you don't have to win a match to look strong. You just have to come off, be so dominating that it takes so much to take him down. That's why this match worked.
He just needs a good feud to really put him up there.
Oh, yeah. Give him the right guy. Hell, put him in the TNT title hunt. You want him versus Wardlow or Samoa Joe? That shit's going to be banging.
One thing that was definitely banging is from Mox, as usual. He was backstage, bleeding his head out, talking about sipping on Hangman's piss.
as he wants to do.
I can't believe that's a fucking running gag.
Fuck.
Fuck you, Friedman.
What also doesn't help is the fact that Hangman recently did a public signing, or virtual signing, and he said that he can hold his piss way longer than Mox can, and even had a camera pointing at his junk.
So we saw the temporary return of Hangman Adam Page?
Basically, yes, except it was there to prove that he could hold his piss.
John, I do not want to live on this planet anymore.
I'm not even making any of this up, by the way. I am not.
That's the worst part! We know you're not. That's why it's so bad.
So you see,
I gave him, but it's not going to help.
You see, here's the thing. Mox can't gargle Hangman's piss if he doesn't piss to begin with.
T-Dub, stop! Please,
God damn it.
Stop it with the goddamn running gag.
Fine.
Damn you, Hangman! How am I supposed to gargle your piss now? You son of a bitch!
You too, Shin!
I hate everybody! I'm bleeding.
So moving on from that,
Please.
we got Elite who are going to make their entrance and do a little promo, but they were stopped by House of Black, who beat them up while the lights were down and then stole their belts.
Loved that ambush. That was brilliantly done.
One of the best Pearl Harbors in a long time.
That's interesting because I've seen a lot of people hate this segment.
I mean, it's because they want to see a big segment with promos and everything like that. But no, sometimes KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Elite comes out, gets ambushed by the house, takes the belts and runs. And then they get to cut a promo showing them how easy it was for them to do it. It's perfect.
Yeah, I can see
Also,
that,
this
yeah.
is pay-per-view. So, buy our pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And Julia Hart.
And Julia Hart.
Of course. And one thing that I have yet to see anyone complain about because of how amazingly awesome it was the face of the Revolution ladder match with Samoa Joe on commentary.
Oh,
You want to talk about fun shit?
that ladder match was so freaking crazy. I loved it.
3 things. 1, if Commander is not signed to All Elite Wrestling, he should be.
Mm-hmm.
That's Commander with a K.
Agreed.
2, Sammy and Action Andretti. What the fuck? How are your knees now?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck's sake, those two.
That's the power of youth.
Clearly.
Also, another thing, I did not expect to see this, but I want to see more Hobbs versus Takeshita.
That was 3. That's
sorry.
3 right there.
Oh,
Please.
look at Takeshita, man. That guy, he continues to impress me every fucking time I see him. I love this guy.
Oh, he's getting major reaction with the crowd too, which is quite amazing. And
He's
he
gonna
can
be
easily,
he's gonna be a main eventer within the next year.
yeah, I was about to
Calling it
say,
now.
you know, within a year from now, he could easily be in that main event tier, which is just not something you see every day from a talent that debuts and is able to climb that ladder, metaphorically in this case, so quickly.
Yeah, he is he's earning a lot of props, and he deserves every bit of it.
Also, shout out to the person on the side in the crowd with a sign that says "Eels and Escaleras."
Mm.
Nice SpongeBob reference.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut and move on.
Yeah.
Anyways, on Council's watch this match backstage. We'll get several minutes later.
Also, Sammy got some help in this match.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Danny Garcia came
Oh,
out.
yeah. I believe that qualifies it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yep, Garcia did interfere in the match, so he did get knocked out for his troubles.
you know
Didn't
what?
really help all that much.
Oh, here we go. Shouldn't have to do the bit.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I have to do it. I'm legally, contractually obligated by the JAS to do this. Yeah, I just helped Sammy almost win the match. But excuse me, now I'm gonna go talk to a civet. Hey, civet, what's going on? Yeah, people make coffee out of your poop. What's up with that?
The fuck?
You ever had your poop coffee, civet? How's it taste? All right. See you later, civet. Say hi to your mother for me.
Of course, you bring up civets, and I have to bring up the fact that I know a VTuber who has a civet as their motif.
Do they drink poop coffee?
I think she said she hasn't yet. She might have tried it. I mean, she lives in Indonesia, so she might have tried it, yeah. Shoutouts to Hana Makia from Niji Sanjay, Indonesia, by the way.
She needs to drink some civet coffee. You can't have a civet on your stream without drinking civet coffee. Drink
I'll
it.
have to check to see if she's done it. I'll have to see if
Shades, since you're a VTuber type person, do you know who Natasha Nian is?
Who?
You want to repeat that question? You kind of garbled out there for a minute.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you
since
silent
you're
for a second.
Sorry, so since you're in the VTuber community, do you know who Natasha Nianners is?
Do I know who the fuck Natasha Nyanners is? What the fuck you all about?
The first time I heard of her is because she is one of the trooper cards in Like a Dragon Ishin.
Yes, I've been hearing about that she's, and her and fellow V-Shoujo member Kaysan are deeply connected with Like a Dragon, because I believe Kaysan's actually trying to audition for the upcoming Like a Dragon game.
Oh, very nice.
Yes.
Also, for anyone who doesn't know what a civet is, essentially it looks like a cross between a fox and a cat.
Yeah.
And I was not kidding about it. People actually do make coffee out of their poop.
It's called the Kapi Luwak. Look it up. I had to research that when I was
That's
doing
a legit thing.
I learned.
Hey, that's a legit thing. I think that was brought up in Binging with Babish, I think.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I always knew it off video. Come on.
Yeah. All right. Move on.
Moving on. Let's see here. Takeshita wasn't happy with the loss. Then let's see. Then we got security stopping Wardlow and Joe from attacking each other because those two have a match. And during this whole time, Hobbs was just sitting on the near the ring on a chair, going, "I got time.
I got all night, bitches." Though we should stress, the security attempted to hold back Wardlow and Joe. Keyword attempted.
Well, they got powerbombed by Wardlow for their trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you know what that means? Leopold.
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 Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Boom!
Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Boom! Thank you for. I haven't done that bit since I got banned from Twitter.
Oh, it's so long ago. Glad it's back.
Mm-hmm.
See, next we got best friends backstage. It looks like due to the attack last week, Chucky and Trent not able to go into this battle royal. However, even though we were wrestled tonight, OC will be going in there alongside Danhausen.
Freebird
yes,
rolled that
Danhausen.
shit, boys.
Yes, Danhausen going to compete for the tag titles, yes.
And speaking of underdogs competing, we had Peter Avalon taking on Chris Jericho, and surprisingly, Avalon got 99% of the offense in this match.
And to be fair, I will say this. I haven't seen many Peter Avalon matches, but I know the gimmick he's been running in AEW. What the fuck happened to Peter Avalon?
Oh, he cut his hair.
Cut his hair, and he got aggressive as fuck. He was not playing his goofy character at all.
Last time I saw him, he made his debut in New Japan Strong.
That explains a lot.
Yes,
So,
it
yeah.
does.
Well, Shibata got to him and was like, all right, if you want to be taken seriously, this is what you have to do. Murder.
So wait,
worked.
you're telling me to go from Liberian to Pretty to back to my professional days?
Murder.
He only just keeps saying the word murder. That's all Shibata says. Murder.
He's like.
Well, apparently it worked, because good lord, that Avalon was out for blood in that match.
Mm-hmm.
However, as commentary pointed out, it's not about the quantity of moves, it's the quality, as Jericho was able to pick up the win with a single code breaker.
Didn't have to do much.
Indeed.
Well, it makes Peter Avalon look good that he's able to hold his own at least for a minute.
And then Jericho starts attacking Avalon with Floyd, and then Stark shows up to chase Jericho away, but it's a trap as the JAS attack poor Ricky Starks.
Yep. Can't interfere during the pay-per-view, but they can keep him from getting to it.
Ricky
By the way-
Starks.
Yeah, there you
Not so pretty Ricky, what they call him.
go.
Not that 91.
Nope.
Also, Hager looked strangely amped that night. I wonder what might have happened backstage to get him that way.
Makeup sex.
Ba 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 ba.
Boom.
Ugh.
Oh,
Yeah. Blech, blech, blech.
Look, I just said makeup sex. We just can move on from that. We don't have to actually do the bit, okay?
Please, moving on.
Next, we have one hell of a Hangman promo.
Indeed. If we could have fucking heard it.
Yeah. Calling bullshit on the audio team for not at least hooking up a lav mic to the guy. For fuck's sake, you could barely hear the motherfucker.
Oh, I heard him perfectly.
Well, you must have had a different feed than we did because we could barely hear him.
Yeah, I had the TBS feed on my television.
That explains it.
Then someone fucked up on the fight feed because the audio, because like you could just, I had my volume turned all the way up and I could barely hear the guy.
A very audible. Man, you was super intense. Jesus Christ.
I mean, we heard enough to get the gist. We got the picture, and it was indeed very intense. It's decided, you know, Hangman Page definitely going all out, making sure he can prepare himself for Sunday. But, yeah, what the fuck?
Well, I guess that's the price you get for getting the uncensored AEW.
Yes.
Win some, you lose some, I suppose. And talking about winning some, losing some, Christian Cage promo, though, is damn good, but before he could get along too far,
Jungle Boy decided murder.
Jack Perry must also be trained by Shibata at some point because, yeah, he's got a grave set all for Christian Cage, and
Well, I don't know if it's that. Like, he probably just got some advice, not instead of just a training.
Possibly. However, it does look like Christian Cage and Jungle Boy Jack Perry will having a buried alive match tomorrow night.
Yeah,
it should be noted it is called the final burial match. No rules have been established regarding that.
It's a Triple H match.
Probably. It is subtitled that, but nothing has been confirmed as far as the rules. It's probably going to be a no disqualification match at the very least, though.
Then we got Becker and Hayter backstage promo, hopping up the pay-per-view match coming up tomorrow, as well as saying that if any shenanigans happen in the women's match tonight, they'll be out there to put a stop to that. And following that, we get Matt Hardy versus Hook. And interestingly enough, Matt Hardy noted that he has faced many father and sons in his time in wrestling.
It should be noted that there were stipulations added. Matt Hardy was so confident he could beat Hook, they said, hey, I don't need any interference. I'll beat him. I'll do this. I'll do this. And if I lose, Hook gets 5 minutes against Soakland. Everyone's going, yeah. And then suddenly, wait, what?
And not only that, there'll be no disqualifications. And we'll be banned from ringside.
Indeed. But then you forgot two little words when it comes to this match. Send Hook!
Yup.
This was a very competitive match as far as Hook goes.
Definitely better than the myriad of squash matches that he's had over the last few months. He's only had a few actual matches, but they're starting to really, they're slowly starting to get him into the groove of actually competing.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing to note is that this is only his second year as a pro wrestler, period.
Yeah.
Scary.
Imagine how good it's going to be 5 years from now.
Oh, good God. He's going to be a main eventer in 5 years. Calling it now.
Mm-hmm.
I can definitely see that.
Hell, give him a year or two and he'll probably be already there. He's already at that level, which is scary for a newcomer.
I will say they did a good job with a 2.9 count following a cash shot to Hook. However, when Hook locked in the Red Rum, Matt Hardy immediately tapped out. Immediately.
And then you just see Stokely Hathaway in the corner crying like a little bitch.
Like he's literally there now, and someone in the commentary, thank God he's wearing dark pants.
He's just like, I'm gonna die.
Oh, so he was crying like a bitch, or rather, he was crying like a raggedy bitch?
Perfect.
Following that, we got the aforementioned House of Black promo where they know that fear isn't made out of flesh. Fear is made out of something dark side.
Something complete.
So basically, their promos were being written by Tetsuya Nomura.
Yes,
yeah. Actually, yeah.
I'm not gonna disagree with that.
Me neither. That's a good reference.
Which means the only person who can defeat the House of Black is Sora.
Not Sora.
Let's just be thankful Tetsuya Nomura is only writing their promos and not doing the costume design, because good lord, the amount of belts on those guys would have been insane.
Nah, Sora's too easy. All I have to do is paint a giant picture of the House of Black, and he'll fight them for like 30 minutes, 40 tops.
Well, now we get Tony Storm versus Riho. There's a sign in the crowd that says, "I named my cat after Riho." Very cute.
Nice.
That's adorable.
And-
Also, nice to see Rio back in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, she spends most of her time in Japan. It's a shame she's not in AEW more often because she's still getting some of the last reactions of anyone on that roster.
Indeed.
Like, if I was Tony Khan and I heard that, I'd be like, okay, how can I get her under exclusive contract for at least 6 months out of every year? Because you cannot manufacture that type of reaction from the crowd. That is genuine appreciation from them. And that is not the easiest thing to get.
And it's not like she doesn't earn him either, because she can still fucking go.
Yeah, because this match, oh boy, these two went at it.
Yep. It's easy to forget how damn tough Rio is, despite her appearance.
She looks like this dainty, cute girl, but my God, she is tough as fucking nails.
Well, when you got almost 20 years of ring experience, that'll do it to you.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
She started at 9.
That's what I've heard. That's what they were talking about on Friday. Well, we'll get, but my God, she just fucking goes at it.
Funnily enough, not even the youngest person to start wrestling. I believe that might go to the Guerreros, because I believe Eddie and Chavo started when they were like 7 and 8. So yeah, some people really do start young. Anyways, let's see. There were some shenanigans from Soraya, and as noted backstage, Baker and Hayter said, "Nah, fuck that." They decided to add some distractions, and Riho used her super duper roll up move and got the victory.
Got a bit
I
of
think
time,
they're going to
too.
be doing something with Riho because you don't get a win like that unless you're building momentum for something.
Oh yeah, they following between this and what they did on Friday, which we'll get to, it definitely feels like they're going to do something with her. And of course, following the match, we got a good old fashioned Donnybrook.
Donnybrook.
A growl.
Because that's how you do build up to pay-per-views. You got to make sure the people they throw hands at each other, get the crowd doing the cheering thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got our main event, the tag team battle royal. Dark Order making their entrance, and BCC acting like heels attack them from behind, which, between this and how Moxley's been acting, I can't help but feel that following Revolution, Blackpool Combat Club could turn full heel.
They're definitely leaning that direction the way they've been going. Like right now, notice how Danielson's the only one that hasn't been directly interacting with the BCC. He's kind of been separated. I think they kind of much cut him out because he's basic. Everyone, all three of the other members are just going like doing heelish shit left and right.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Danielson's the only one acting like a babyface. Which is ironic because when the faction first started, he was the only one acting like a heel.
Oh, the irony! Yay, yay, yay!
Very true.
So yeah, there's some really good stuff in the match. A double team GTS type maneuver from Aussie Open, very nice.
Always got to see those guys here in AEW.
Did somebody mention Aussie Open?
Oh yes, we did, Mr. Offerman.
Oh, no.
I'm in Aussie Open, just to remind people of that.
Yes, as we can tell by your super thick Australian accent.
My Australian accent is supremely thick. Good day, mates.
Was one of the more impressive moments from this match is John Silver, who's all of like 5'5", lifted up Claudio Castagnoli and carried him around the ring.
Like nothing. Like nothing. Like he just lifted about an hour ago when, I'm going to go look for the record. Because why the fuck not?
Cannot go wrong with Daddy Hange.
No,
You know
sir.
You know what? Just after this, I want Swiss and Utes going after Alex and Silver.
Well, we'll get more. We're definitely got more of that on Friday.
Damn it! I wish I saw that. I went to bed too early. Damn.
Yes, you did. It was a pretty good rampage, which we'll
Oh,
discuss.
it was
later
a
on.
decent rampage, yeah.
No Joker entrance in this casino battle royal for once.
No, it was
Yeah,
just a
that was
delayed entry battle royal.
Yeah, usually they have at least one Joker entrant as a surprise, but no FTR, much to everyone's surprise, I'm sure.
And probably a disappointment.
Nevertheless, the winner of this match was the unlikely team of OC and Danhausen. And
Yes.
Danhausen won it by eliminating the Butcher and Blade by himself.
Yes, because I am Danhausen. Yes, very nice, very evil, very much in the tag team title match. Yes.
And now, go ahead.
I just want to take this moment to appreciate the fact that we're getting Danhausen on a pay-per-view.
And not the pre-show.
Like, as someone who's been a fan of his for a few years, that's great. That just makes my heart warm.
And now me and Orange Cassidy's will go and face off against the tag team champions at Rotation tomorrow night.
Hey, who are you? You're not Danhausen.
I am Kronhausen.
You're what?
Yes, Kronhausen. Yes, like Danhausen, but clone.
Oh, Clownhausen. Okay, yes, Clownhausen. Oh, okay.
Wow.
Anyways, after that,
Dan, Tito, we just witnessed a Danhausen off.
Yes.
moving on from that, after the match, Lethal and Jarrett attacked, Acclaim make the save, and Tony Schiavone said that Danielson is stiff.
No.
No, I see what T-Dub's doing there, you motherfucker.
Those are words from Tony Schiavone's mouth.
I know they are, but I know what you're trying to do with it, too.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just quoting. I'm just quoting announcers. That's what I always do.
God damn it, T-Dub. Stop making everything a sexual innuendo.
I'm not doing anything. This is your minds doing it to yourselves.
My ass. My ass.
Matty, let's just quote Liam O'Brien on this one. I could say turducken and people would turn into a sexual innuendo.
That's the way Matty's mind works. I'm sorry, everyone.
What the fuck you on about? Oh my god.
So then we get the aforementioned Danielson promo. MJF interrupts, and then we get the line, "You're going to get your fucking head kicked in." And that's how we go off the air of Dynamite and into Rampage, which is broadcasted, not delayed, but live.
Live.
And we start things off with Aussie Open versus Top Flight versus the BCC versus Dark Order. And this time, Dark Order attacked BCC from behind as revenge.
A little bit of payback.
Indeed, that was some bloody good payback by those boys.
And speaking of Mark Davis, he actually has shaved his beard down to a mustache again.
I had no choice but to do that. Dingo ate my mustache.
Jesus. Let's see, that's Kingdom at ringside. Yay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm surprised you didn't mention your boy being out there.
Yeah, Kingdom
You
there at
just
ringside.
jinxed it.
No, I waited until he said something first.
And Jericho said that Jim Ross was there to call Eddie Guerrero win the world title, which no, JR did not call that match. That was Cole and Taz.
He may have been backstage, which was, knowing his duties, he probably was. But no, that was Cole and Taz.
Mm-hmm.
That was Cole and Taz. No Way Out 2004. SmackDown pay-per-view.
Let's see. Silver was running wild in this match until Swiss stopped him. LFI was watching this match backstage, very intrigued looking. At one point, we got a 2.9 from Pendulum Powerbomb from Aussie Open, looked really nice. And John Silver was going to win the match for his team, but then Unit came out of nowhere and stole the victory from him.
Oh. Yeah, there's another sign of the BCC turning heel, going in and stealing the match. There's like, just, ooh, they got pissed.
Yeah, and Dark Order and Blackpool Combat Club continued fighting after the match was over.
Yeah, I agree with Slick Rick. Let's get a BCC versus Dark Order. Let's get the Dark Order into something again, for fuck's sake.
That would be nice.
That would be.
Then we got another Jungle Boy promo, and he mentioned that there will be grave consequences at the pay-per-view.
Ooh.
Matty should know what this grave consequences is all about.
Yeah, that's a Lucha Underground reference.
Mm-hmm.
Which was not a buried alive, but a coffin match, but with extra theatrics. I miss Lucha Underground. Those were some awesome theatrics.
Oh, yes, they were. And Following that, we got Rio versus Emi Sakura. And one thing I note here is JR calls Emi Sakura a young woman. It should be known that Emi Sakura once wrestled on WCW Monday Nitro.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Someone should... This is obviously force of habit.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of when Carlos Colon was in the Royal Rumble that one year.
Oh, God, and Gorilla Monsoon's a lot of energy in this youngster.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was referring to.
I remember that.
You can see the fucking wrinkles and the scars on his face.
You can see his receding hairline, for fuck's sake.
All right, to be fair, some people get receding hairlines early.
True, but not Carlos Colon. He was in his fucking 40s at the time.
As is Emi Sakura, who definitely you couldn't tell by her ability because these two fucking brought it.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I think that's why JR got confused, because she does look young for her age, and her ability does not look like it's diminished at all.
Yeah, and once again, the crowd was electric for Rio in this match. Like, every time she kicked out, every time she went for a pin, this crowd was losing their minds.
They know a good Joshi wrestler when they see one.
Yes, and the match ended with a nice tilt-a-whirl roll-up for Rio's victory. And since she got a pinfall, I say she now gets a shot at Emi Sakura's championship.
Ooh,
Interesting.
For those who don't know, she is the current, last time I checked, she is the current DPW Women's Champion.
Let's get a belt on Riho again, huh?
Yeah.
And speaking of belts, we got a nice video package to talk about Women's Title match tomorrow. And then, oh man, I feel so bad for this guy. Perils Hobbs murdered Snake Man.
Oh, Serpentico. Squash!
There was even. We were ready the minute that we knew this match.
I was
coming.
literally everywhere going, this is squash. I'm like, all right, it's been a while. Let me get limber. 1, 2, squash.
Apparently, Serpentico didn't hear the music and the squeaky wheels.
Yeah. We should talk about that. Apparently, on Twitter, he did not know he was going to get a match until the last minute.
Sometimes that happens, unfortunately.
He was literally on Twitter. Wait, what?
Wait a minute. JR, you hit. JR, hide your rings. Why? Will Hobbs is coming. Who?
Will Hobbs.
What's up, Serpentico? What you got? This ring I got? Yeah, give me that ring. It's a nice looking ring you got. My abuelo gave me that ring. Cue him running like a wimp.
Yeah.
But Mr. Hobbs, you got that giant one that you're carrying around now.
What you talking about, punk?
And from that, we go to Konosuke Takeshi, who's being interviewed by Renee Paquette backstage, and who would enter the picture with Don Callis, who gives them a card, because Takeshi is saying, things aren't working out here. I'm getting too many losses. Maybe I'll go back to Japan and refocus myself. But Don Callis is like, here's my card. Give us some thoughts. If everything doesn't work out between me and you, I'll drive you to the airport myself.
I said this I said this last night when we were watching this. I like where they're going with this. One, it's going to give some more character for Takeshita, who's just kind of been here. Second, Don Callis isn't needed for the Elite anymore. Like, the Elite are taking care of themselves just fine. They don't need Don Callis there. Let him move on to do something else. Build up somebody new. And Takeshita's the kind of guy, I'm down with this idea.
And on top of that, the Elite already have MT Nakazawa and Brandon Cutler to be managers at ringside.
If you need Don in a major situation, they'll do it. But the Elite are doing fine. Their faces. Takeshi needs a mouthpiece.
Who better than Don Callis, honestly?
Absolutely.
You love him or hate him, he's a damn good mouthpiece.
That's right, everybody. Everybody knows that Don Callis, the invisible hand, makes champions. You need a mouthpiece, and I'll guarantee if you join me, my mouth will go on your piece, kid. Trust me on this.
That's the secret to championship gold, everyone.
God damn it. Man children. We're all fucking man children.
So following from one future champion to a current champion, Mark Briscoe kind of promo backstage, and oh boy, this one got real quick, because he was talking about Oh, there's a tag team battle royal going on. Oh, where's my brother? He must be out there already. And hearing that, I'm just like, oh god, now I'm reminded of my grandmother. Because my grandmother's going through some stuff right now, and sometimes she has trouble remembering that her husband died. So that's a real thing that people can go through.
That sounds like dementia, bud. Damn.
It probably is. But thankfully, this is just a promo for Mark Briscoe, and it ends on a happy note because now he's teaming with the Lucha Bros at the pre-show tomorrow.
Yep. Oh, we're going to get to see Mark Briscoe in an AEW pay-per-view. I don't care if it's the fucking pre-show. It's Mark fucking Briscoe. I hadn't seen his stuff until Final Battle when they had that amazing double dog collar match. I will tell you right now, they won me over real fucking quick. So to see him on AEW, mwah, chef's kiss, baby.
Yeah, Matty and I, I'm not sure about Shin, but I know Matty and I have been watching the Briscoes since the early days of Ring of Honor back in 2007.
Oh, yeah. Probably around 2010 is where my awareness of the Briscoes began. But long enough to know the history.
Yeah.
I started in 2009 when they were on Sinclair.
Literally the first feud I saw the Briscoes in was against Generico and Steen, which ended up leading to their Ladder War Classic, which I still have a DVD of right over to the right of me. After that, we go to Mogul Affiliate main event, which, unlike the past few weeks, we didn't get the Mark Henry interview.
Not the interview, but we did get the call.
We did, but
we got the paycheck.
I was glad at least the past few weeks have been getting the interview, so hopefully next week we'll get it back. But we got Mogul Affiliates, Leon Rhodes, and Keith Lee ended up walking out with a cloak, which looked nice.
I said this when I saw this, like the first thing I said when I saw Keith Lee come out in that cloak. Because somebody was not watching with us, but I said it. Thank God the Monk's not here right now.
And I distinctly remember saying, you watch. The first thing that happens when you start that Tsunami call, I jump in and the Monk jumps in. One of the first things he'll say is, Matty, I would like to sue Mr. Keith Lee for a gimmick infringement. Or something to that effect.
Well, at least he was only wearing a monk's cloak. He wasn't wearing the full robes.
It's enough, though. It was enough.
It's enough, and this is a man who has a literal thick Bible-sized book of grudges.
All right,
it don't take much.
Let's see. Fuckboys attacked from behind. Man, there's a lot of people attacking each other from behind this week. Jesus.
Can't trust Pearl Harboring.
We're the fuck boys.
Swerving the fuck boys. At one point, we got a nice pounce from Lee to Parker. And then Swerve tried kicking Lee a whole bunch of times, but Lee ended up no-selling the fuck out of it. And then we got what AEW called the Uncle Phil Slam. That's what their Twitter account called it.
James Avery is smiling in heaven right now.
Hell yeah.
So basically, wow.
Yeah, sort of, but he literally threw him up like 10 feet in the air and then threw him right back down.
DJ Jazzy Jeff would have died out of that move.
Yeah, Swerve now knows what it feels like to be Jazz. All that was missing was the sprinkler sound effect.
Oh, God. Yes! Oh, God. Oh, no.
And at one point, Lee picked up Dustin Rhodes and just threw him at Parker Boudreaux.
I'm gonna beat up another motherfucker with another motherfucker.
And at that point, Swerve Strickland just noped out of the match. As Parker Boudreaux just then gets murdered by Keith Lee again for the win. And that's how we closed out Rampage for this week.
Fun time, though.
Which means I believe it's time to preview.
It's time for the pop of you, gentlemen.
Oh, wait, you got something? Shit.
I got a couple of things.
All right, let's go for it.
All right, in an interview, Chris Jericho said that he has no intention of ever going back to the WWE.
We were talking about that on Wednesday, actually.
We were. After how many times the Fed has fucked him over, I don't blame him.
Yeah,
It's
especially
one of
that-
those ultimate creative freedom versus going to a place where you're going to do that because you're Chris Jericho. Where's the list? Where's the list? Where's the list?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
let,
further.
let me break it down as simple as I can for you. Do you think Jericho would ever get the chance to put over a guy like Action Andretti in the Fed?
Yep.
Not without a lot of convincing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, he actually mentioned Action Andretti, I think, in a Twitter, and he said that he has no intentions of ever beating him.
Oh yeah, in that interview, he said that his whole intention for that match was to put him over, make him look really strong, then after the feud is over, send him off on his own and hope that he does well on his own 2 legs.
Second up, Bryan Danielson said in a Twitter post that he hopes that one day him, Moxley, and Eddie Kingston would go to Japan to compete in the G1.
Hell yeah.
That would be one hell of a thing.
Hell
Also,
yeah.
I also saw an interview that Bryan Danielson said that he loved putting over Kofi Kingston. That was one of his favorite moments of his whole career. And seeing him lose in like 10 seconds to Brock Lesnar was one of the most disheartening moments of his whole career.
And that's why we love him, ladies and gentlemen. And my
This
final
is a
bit of
man-
news.
This is a man that if he was still under contract with the Fed, as soon as that loss happens, Bryan Danielson's kicking Vince McMahon's fucking head kicked in.
And a final bit of news, unfortunately, no new episode for the WGGP World or Multiversal title. They've taken a week off, but I think I have an appropriate substitute.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Moist.
Oh,
Wrestling
that,
League, which,
yeah. Someone, I think someone on Twitter linked me to that, and you linked to me first. I'm like, okay, I'll watch it when I have time. What's up? What's up with this?
I found it to be, personally. I didn't really get much enjoyment out of it.
It was a thing. Basically, Charlie, a.k.a. Moist Critical, decided to start his own wrestling show called the Moist Wrestling League, MWL. First episode was a grudge match between Chainsaw and Dow Jones.
The fuck?
Yeah, I'm going to... What he said.
So yeah, Chainsaw essentially is the blue-collar working man, and Dow Jones is essentially stock market Ted DiBiase.
So basically, Rusev's Miro's farmer character versus Breeze's banker character in Southpaw.
Actually, Chainsaw is Russian. He was, according to the story, he was raised by
I'm going to repeat what I just said about Southpaw.
It also hasn't heard that it takes place inside a palatial garage.
But also has a lot
Well-
of people that has some NWA banners.
Yeah, apparently the Moist Wrestling League is a part of the National Wrestling Alliance. Go figure.
At least according to the banners they have set up.
Yeah.
Have to wonder how Billy Pumpkins feels about it.
Probably still
And
trying to put Tyra Silver as world champion and failing.
It almost looked like Dow Jones was going to win with his signature maneuver, the 401 KO, which is just him opening a briefcase and slamming it over your head. If you're wondering how the ref allowed this, the ref was actually Commissioner Phillips, who just came back from a vacation to the Bahamas.
Hawaii,
Hawaii, actually. And he was not so subtly paid off by Dow Jones in mid-match. But unfortunately, all the money in the world could not help Dow Jones get the win, as he was finally able to get revenge on Dow Jones for accidentally killing his wife in the 2008 recession.
Shades, I apologize if this is a spoiler, but I gotta bust out the new button here.
The fuck?
Yes. And just when it looked like Chainsaw was going to enjoy his finally earned vengeance win, a fan in the audience asked for his autograph, but then Pearl Harbored him, and it turns out it was Dow Jones' old tag team partner, NASDAQ.
I'm going to repeat this button.
The fuck?
Salty is not the thing. If you ever watch any of Moist Critical's videos, you know that he's about as subtle as the Sledgehammer.
Yeah. It was stupid, but entertaining stupid.
And the one positive I'll say is that it's got the attention of Johnny.
Oh, Johnny likes it?
They showed Johnny shared a clip from one of Most Critical stream where Charlie's like, "Oh, New Legacy Inc. to do DPW stuff. Yeah, we could work for them. That would be cool. I've seen their stuff. They're good."
Oh, that's okay. That's good. Although they missed the boat on a couple of Dow Jones's moves. They could have just called his finisher Black Tuesday.
Oh, there's a deep cut. It might be too deep of a cut for most people. I don't think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many people are educated on Black Tuesday.
Or better yet, the stock market crash.
That's a good one. That's one.
There you
everyone
go.
can-
Yeah.
That's, one everyone
That's
can
a good
understand.
one. I can
He's
get
going
behind
up
that.
top. He's going for the stock market crash. That son of a bitch.
And for
Commentary-
a while, first match, Charlie
Motion to move on, please.
One last
Wait.
thing. Charlie was wearing a Jim Ross hat.
Yes, he was. Just a random cowboy hat for no reason.
Of course. Yeah.
Even though he sounds like this, the furthest thing from Jim Ross.
Yeah.
Can we move on, please?
Yes. I'm done with my stuff. Let's
All
move
right.
Thank you.
Revolution.
God, the WG. Seriously? The WGGP stuff, fine. It's video games, but can we not do moist thing again, please?
Do you just not like hearing the word moist?
No, that's not the thing. No, that's not the thing. It's just
Moist.
God. T-Dub, we're not making that another thing. We're not.
That all depends on how Shintigercurl reacts.
Fuck. Can we, not? Please?
All right, Revolution.
Please. Revolution. All Elite Wrestling Production, San Francisco, California at the Chase Center. Should be fun. Should be a fun crowd. If the crowd at the Cow Palace is anything, we're in for a good time. Card reads as follows as of right now. The 0 hour matchup features Mark Briscoe and the Lucha Bros taking on Ari Daivari and the Varsity Athletes, Josh Woods and Tony Nese, with Smart Mark ringside. That's a 6-man tag.
That should be a good, fun way to pop the crowd.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
that should be a good opener. I mean, especially it's like this is one of those ones where you can easily predict. You know they're gonna put Mark and the Lucha Bros over because they're the hot thing right now.
Yeah.
But,
Yep.
you know, Tony Nese and Josh Woods can put on a good match, and Ari Daivari's he's not bad.
He's
He's good. He's a solid hand.
He's a really good wrestler. I mean, he was a part of 205 Live for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's got some talent. So it should be a pretty good match overall, and it should be interesting to see the antics of Smart Mark Sterling and Alex Abrahantes. You know those two are going to get into something. at some
Yeah. There is no particular order other than the main event being the main event, so we're just going to read this as is presented on Wikipedia here. Christian Cage taking on Jungle Boy Jack Perry in what is dubbed as the final burial match. No rules have been set, but we're assuming it's going to be a buried alive match slash thing. We're assuming no disqualifications are involved here.
I
Like,
think at least
if you hover over like on Wikipedia, if you hover over the final burial match, they have the link for the no holds barred match, so even they don't know what the fuck it is yet.
Yeah, so this is a link to the this was a link to the special stipulation matches with no disqualification. So as of right now, we're assuming no disqualifications are involved. I'm also picking Jungle Jack Perry, Jungle Boy.
Yeah, I think they need to end that feud and finally get Jack.
This
to move
I think
on.
this is literally they couldn't finish it because of the injury. Christian is now officially fully healed, so they can actually put a pin on it.
have Jack win this match and start setting him up to win a championship at Double or Nothing.
I'd
Yep.
be down for that.
That'd be ideal. That would be ideal. Chris Jericho takes on Ricky Starks on a signed contract. Jericho Appreciation Society is banned from ringside.
Oh, I love that contract signing segment because it was just Ricky Starks outsmarting Chris Jericho the whole way through. And after that segment was over, the trollish face he made.
He
Oh,
had that look on his
Ah.
face.
Pretty
He's like-
Ricky, my boy, you fucking killed it, dude.
Like, I was like, dude, I'm apparently I'm not getting Chris Jericho, so I got an open contract. I'm going to Revolution regardless. Who wants me? Who wants me? And of course, Jericho, his ego being his ego, he comes out, and out comes Pretty Peter Avalon, which set up that match from this week, by the way. He gets Judas affected, and of course, the segment goes. Of course, Ricky is like, dude, I'm done. I'm moving on. You're telling me to move on. I'm moving on. And Jericho won't have it. All right, fine. JS will be gone, all that stuff gone. All right, fine. You have a pen? I don't have a pen. I was like, oh, Ricky, well, I got one. Does the list click? To maximize the anticipation. And he signs it, and woo! And there it is.
Yeah, I think part of me wants to give this one to Ricky. I think they could finish the feud here. But then again, this is Jericho. The JAS may be barred, but you know they'll pull some shenanigans. If he can find a way to get around that ban, he'll get around that ban.
Yeah, he basically pulled a rabbit season, duck season on Jericho.
Rabbit season, duck season. I don't have the button for some reason, but with that smile, gotcha, bitch! The Elite defend this 6-man World Tag Team Championship, the World Trios Championship. Taking on the House of Black, Malachi, Brody, and Buddy.
This match is going to kill.
Yeah. Now, I don't expect to be there many title changes happening tonight, but this one I think might be a title change. I think I'm going to go on a limb and say the House of Black's going to win the belts this
Yeah, I could see that as well.
Yeah, this is definitely a match that would do wonders for the careers of House of Black in AEW because they could definitely use this to elevate themselves, as they haven't really done as much as they should have in the past several months, so this would definitely help.
Yeah.
It won't hurt if it does. Either way, these 6 will have a banger of a match.
Yeah, no matter what, it's going to be a fucking killer.
That is guaranteed. Jamie Hayter defends the World Women's Championship in a 3-way against Saraya and Ruby Soho.
Unfortunately, Saraya hasn't been as good as we thought she could be, but Soho and Hayter are more than capable of holding their own.
This triple threat is just to make sure that to help knock off some of the rust for Saraya at this point, because there is a lot of ring rust here.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm 50-50 on who's going to win this one. Or should I say 70-30. I think odds are good Jamie Hayter's going to retain, but there is that part of me that wonders if maybe they're going to end up putting the belt on Soho.
They could put on Soho, but I see them keeping it on Hayter personally in my mind as well. And I think that would definitely be a big mistake at this point to put the belt on Saraya, considering, as Matty pointed out, still tons of ring rust.
Yeah.
Especially when you consider that every women's world champion at this point has been putting on bangers in their title defenses.
You need someone in there that could put on competent matches.
Yeah.
Saraya has the ability. It's just it's been too long, and she needs more reps.
Yeah.
Simply put.
Yeah, she's not ready for that yet.
Also cake.
Yeah.
He almost won a full show.
We
tried.
Don't you know the old saying? There's always time for cake.
You're so close.
Now you know how we feel, T-Dub.
Yup. John Moxley takes on Hangman Adam Page in what is billed as a Texas death match, brother.
This is going to be brutal as fuck.
Yup.
How much are they going to bleed?
Oh, well, it's Moxley and Hangman, so they're going to bleed a lot. A lot.
The bigger question is once that bell rings, start the clock. How long until Moxley starts bleeding?
30 fucking seconds.
7 minutes. 7 minutes.
7 minutes, really? Man, I thought Matty was thinking long term.
I'm just saying 30 seconds. That's pretty short fucking term, bud. Then again, this is Moxley. He has bled in 2 seconds officially into the match.
Yeah, exactly.
I got you all beat. -1 minute.
Oh, the bell ain't even gonna ring, and then pow, 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 pow.
No, he's gonna come out through the crowd, and he's already gonna have blood coming down his face.
Yeah. They didn't even touch that wound he had on that promo a couple weeks ago. That's how much he's gonna bleed.
Exactly.
Samoa Joe takes on Wardlow for the AEW TNT title.
Keep that title on fucking Joe.
Oh,
You want to see Joe versus Hobbs. I want to see Joe versus Hobbs himself.
I see.
Honestly, I think for me, this could go either way. I honestly don't know which way this is going to fall because, either way, they're going up against Hobbs. And honestly, Joe versus Hobbs would be good, but I would not be opposed to Wardlow versus Hobbs.
By the way, for those wondering,
Big meaty man slapping me.
there you go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're welcome.
My reasoning for them keeping it on Joe, one, the King of Television gimmick is great, and two, that belt needs some stability.
Yeah.
You're not wrong there.
It has been hopscotched around so much that it's damn near lost its value. It only started to get its value back when Joe had it, and then he dropped it to Darby Allin.
Who had, by the way, for that month that he had it, he did have a good run with the championship. So
yeah,
there is some positive there, but I'm with you there. There needs to be stability here.
Yeah. Keep it on Joe for at least another good 3 months.
Give it another month. Another month.
I would love to see Joe keep it, but I can't help but feel that they want to retry the whole Wardlow TNT champion run. That's just the feeling I get personally.
It's hard. That's why I'm saying it's hard to call. I don't. Either way works. It's just a matter of which way do they want to go.
The Guns, Austin and Colton Ass Boy, taking on defending the World Tag Team Championship. 4-way, the challengers, the former champs, the Acclaimed, Jay Lethal, Triple J, that's Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. With Sanjay and aforementioned Satnam Singh ringside, and of course, Orange Cassidy and Danhausen.
I'd like to make a prediction. When the Guns make their entrance, Danhausen is already in the ring, will grab a microphone, tell the PA to turn off their music, and turn on the Ass Boys theme.
I wholeheartedly agree with that one, sir.
No, they come out and he curses the music, and it just goes from that shitty generic thing to Ass Boys.
Hold on. Shitty generic. The Guns have one of the best songs in the company.
Dave.
No, really, that is some hot fire. That is some
It
good
is
stuff.
not. I hate that fucking song. It's fucking generic as shit.
Generic means you can't recognize it, but I recognize the first time you hear that yee. Ba-da-da-doo. Ba-da-da-doo. That is some catchy shit, man.
I'm not gonna stop David him.
That song is something that you probably hear from WCW NWO Revenge.
Oh,
exactly.
God.
And that soundtrack is fire.
Okay.
No. Moving on. Anyway, back on point.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and say this. Honestly, the way this match is set up, and with what we know, I don't see any other ending to this other than the Acclaim getting the belts back. If they had picked any other teams for the two mystery teams, I could have seen something different. If Top Flight had been in this, I could have seen this as a transitional period to get the belts off the Acclaimed and onto the Top Flight. But no, right now, any other outcome other than the Acclaim winning is going to get booed out of the building. I mean, even OC and Danhausen, as good as they are, they're not winning this match.
And I agree. Acclaim to have to walk out as champions, because to me, the whole Guns as champion thing was just meant to give them some heat and create a pop for when the Acclaim get their belts back at the pay-per-view.
If nothing else, it's going to help build them as characters. And again, the whole story for the Guns to the championships, kind of fluky, but that was the intention. They fluked their way, and now they're going to get their asses whooped.
And just so everyone, and I'm glad none of us are predicting Billy Gunn turning heel, because after all this, after everything that the Guns have done to him, it would just feel very weak for him to turn heel now.
Yeah,
it would be a Russo swerve, and they don't do worse Russo swerves like that unless they have a damn good reason.
And then finally, in the main event of the evening, the AEW Heavyweight Championship of the World, Maxwell Jacob Freeman MJF defends against the American Dragon Bryan fucking Danielson.
This is definitely a case of the journey is going to be more important than the destination, because we all know how this match is going to end. We know who's winning this thing.
Because it's an Iron Man match, 60 minutes, pal.
Yeah. The fun of this match is going to be about getting to that end, because once they get to the ending point, we know where this ends.
I'd like to make a prediction. And that is going to be, for the last 30 seconds, MJF is actually going to be up on Danielson 3-2. And as soon as it hits 5, MJF low blows Danielson just so the match ends in a draw, just to give him that bigger FU.
See, here's the problem. If it ends in a draw, it just keeps going into a sudden death scenario.
It could, or it could not. Because there's no rules saying that it has to go to sudden death.
The only reason it went to sudden death was because it was WrestleMania. The only reason the first Iron Man match at WrestleMania that went to sudden death was because, no, it's WrestleMania. We need a fucking winner.
Still,
we don't even know if it's going to happen here.
Yeah, but the bottom line at the end of the day, beyond anything else, is that there is absolutely no way, as much as people like Bryan Danielson, there is no way MJF's not walking out of Revolution with that belt.
Yeah.
And Enigma is stealing my thunder.
Oh God, you know how this match really ends. Look in my eyes. What do you see?
Oh.
Can we stop with the fantasy booking CM Punk thing? It's not going to fucking happen.
MJF retains, and CM Punk returns at the end of the pay-per-view to set up a rematch at Double or Nothing.
I will say, this has potential to be match of the year.
Yeah,
that I agree.
Yeah, we could agree with that.
100%.
Yeah, if these two give it their all, and it's very almost certain that they will, it will be a match of the year contender.
We are not disagreeing on this. That's the thing, folks. Enjoy it. Enjoy your Sunday and your inevitable Monday hangover. That being said, shall we do the winners and losers, gentlemen?
All right, I think I got
Shades, kick us off. Yeah.
Well, even though it's not 100% certain, there's enough confirmation that I have to call this. Giving a good old loser, our old buddy Junior, for forcing us for subjecting us to the horror that is going to be Brock Lesnar versus Omos at WrestleMania. Fuck you, Junior.
Shin.
D-Cell Battery Award goes to Brock versus Omos, and by extension, No Plan McMahon. This is not going to help. Omos sucks. I mean, you could put
and
dog
he's been
food.
booked to suck.
Yeah. I thought about a perfect analogy. This is like giving a can of dog food to Masaharu Morimoto and telling him to make a 5-star Michelin star course. You can clean up dog food all you want. It's not going to change the fact that it's fucking dog food. This match is dog food. And Brock, as good as Brock is, he can't carry a guy like Omos to a good match. And it's going to suck. It's going to suck really bad. As for my other loser, goes to MODOK in fucking Quantum Mania. Just
Oh, no.
I haven't seen the movie, but we saw the images of what MODOK looks like. Fuck off.
See what happens when you don't pay your VFX artists enough and just force them to work on one project after another without any breaks? Did you see what happens, Disney? What happens?
It was just... Come on, Mickey. There is no excuse. You're fucking Disney. You should pay for better special effects and CGI. That just looks like a face that's been pulled to an aspect ratio over a JPEG of MODOK's body. It looks horrible. The movie itself was mid, except for the amazing Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror. Go watch that shit just for him. But MODOK, I'm not even a big MODOK fan, and I thought that shit was slops. Just
obviously we're going to avoid spoilers, but yeah.
For shame, Disney. For shame.
D-Dub.
I got a big loser, and that is Jim Cornette and his cult of racists.
Oh, what the fuck happened here now?
Because of the type of cultish following that Cornette has, he has brainwashed his God. I can only
We
call
know
him
that.
cult.
What the fuck happened now?
Because they think that every Japanese female wrestler is this little tiny schoolgirl, including motherfucking Sayuri, former World Storm champion, an undefeated kickboxer, and oh yeah, former UFC fighter.
This is what happens when you build a cult of personality on hatred and misconceptions.
Sayuri could snap any of these motherfuckers with one arm without trying.
Imagine if she wanted to try.
And there are so many other badass women in Japan, but no, they're tiny little schoolgirls according to these people. So that's what I got.
Well, Vince McMahon for forcing Omasa in our throats again when he's been booked to look like shit ever since No Plan McMahon left. But I also have to do, this is a holdover from last week. Gotta give one to Tony Khan. Sad tweet, just trying to bury Ariel Helwani. Hey, Tony? Buddy, you should not drink and tweet.
Oh yeah, I forgot to give a thanks for reminding. Another loser to Chael Sonnen.
Chael Sonnen? Oh,
yeah,
no.
Chael Sonnen. Yeah, he went on an unhinged rant ripping on Cody Rhodes.
And?
Okay, then.
Ariel tried to get him back on track, but he was like, Cody Rhodes is a disloyal piece of shit. He's just a piece of crap. His father gave his father all this money, and he goes and betrays him. It was just uncomfortable to watch. Just, blech.
Yeah, I could see that. Big old pile of fuck 'em. All right. Those are your winners.
For me, gotta go with the default on this one because I haven't seen anything specific. But AEW, yeah, their build-up wasn't the greatest, but they have set that card up to be an absolute killer. I can't think of a bad match. I can't look at any of those matches and think, oh, that one's gonna suck. It's when even WrestleMania has that one match that you just know you're not looking forward to, but AEW doesn't have a single one.
Mm-hmm.
You know you got something.
Shin.
All right. Revolution, it looks good on paper. Elimination Chamber for just outside of that one match that we're not going to talk about. Everything was great. Angelo Dawkins, he looked amazing in that fucking match, and he's got megastar written all over him. If and when they do break up the Street Profits, he is going to be okay. And a surprising winner this week, and I hope you guys can just follow me on this, because it's not going to make any sense when I name them. It will once I explain it. Got 3 winners. Barack Obama.
Oh, no.
Joe Biden. And Donald Trump.
Okay.
Oh, no.
For anyone that's about to shit on without context, please, I know what Shin is talking about. Explain.
I'm so right now.
Yeah.
I have been sharing this shit since yesterday.
He has.
So there's this program, this AI program that lets you do deep fake voices of famous people, and a bunch of them have been doing deep fakes of Donald Trump, Joe Biden, and Barack Obama just getting into geek arguments. like Joe Biden and Donald Trump playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And just shit-talking each other for their choice of decks. Or them making a tier list of the best Legend of Zelda games. By the way, T-Dub, apparently Donald Trump is a very big fan of Majora's Mask.
Okay.
Like, Sleepy Joe, everyone knows MM is the most superior Legend of Zelda game. Get that Ocarina trash out of here. Donald, you you raggedy piece of shit. How dare you compare Majora's Mask to the wonderfulness that's Ocarina of Time? Just there are videos of them just arguing over the geekiest shit, and it is hilarious.
As long
It's
as we all
stupid.
agree,
It's stupid, and it's awesome.
as long as we all agree, A Link to the Past is mid compared to them.
I'm gonna fight you on that one, fucker.
Actually, all three presidents agree. Link to the Past is mid.
Oh, fuck all y'all! Fuck
Hey,
all y'all!
those are our presidents saying it, Shades. I'm not saying it.
Deep
didn't
fake
vote for him.
presidences.
Someone get Justin Trudeau here. Ask him to get the final word in. I bet he'll say the same thing.
Or better yet,
Fuck all y'all!
better yet, Trump versus Biden in Tekken.
Oh, God, no, because we all know who wins. It's going to be Samoa Joe.
They played each other in Tekken. Apparently, Trump is a Kazuya main.
By the way, I believe Samoa Joe got a new Tekken cabinet this week.
Yeah, the power game is going to be strong in this one.
And yes, the power game is still real. It still exists.
But yeah, if you haven't seen any of these deep fakes, go on YouTube. They're easy to find. Prepare to laugh your geeky little asses off hearing Donald Trump, Joe Biden, and Barack Obama tier list all the generations of Pokemon. By the way, Donald Trump is a very big Gen 3 fan.
Well, moving on from that, for my winners list,
Yeah.
my winner goes to Azumi because this is going to be her year because she's already been having some banger matches. She just had an excellent win with Starlight Kid today, and I have no doubt that her match against Mercedes Monet is going to bring the house down as well. I'll be very much looking forward to that whenever it occurs. Who you got, Matty?
I got Adam Cole, bye-bye. Maxwell Jacob Freeman. Brian Danielson, Robert's Reasons, and CS Toys. The first three obvious reasons, you guys brought it up, but we've been discussing it all night. But CS Toys, simply because I got my Kamen Rider 01 Human Gear module now. I can cosplay a Human Gear now.
Yay, cosplay!
Yay.
Yeah!
And for those who follow me on Twitter, know there's a specific Human Gear that I would like to cosplay eventually. I'm just gonna hit this now. It begins. That's all I'm gonna say there. If you know, you know. If you don't, follow me on Twitter. Speaking of, you can follow us on Twitter at Matty316, at TWK Official, and at The Shades AT. And as far as the rest of the plugs, gentlemen, plug away.
Indeed, indeed. As you guys know, I've been doing my dubbing work with Lab 316. Good Lord, I've been getting a lot of work done. Just actually recorded some scripts earlier today, as a matter of fact. Whole bunch of big shows. These days, you'll mainly find me on Viral Text, where we basically do text message stories. We also, of course, On the Edge. Always fun if you're able to stomach it. But you'll see me on a whole bunch of other channels out there as well for all kinds of different stories. So just prepare to hear my lovely voice all over YouTube.
Now that being said, Shen.
I still got the YouTube thing, even though I got no social media to share it on, but sharing it on here, Max Accord on YouTube. Steadily been upgrading my little computer so that I can try to at least do some streaming. Might stream some Vampire Survivor. All I need is one little last piece to complete the upgrade kit. And I'll be streaming probably on Fridays. I don't know yet. I'm just doing it because I got nothing else to do. But if you want to help me and the family out, paypal.com/Shintigercurl or Cash App $Shintigercurl. All of it helps out tremendously. Help the brother out because Elon Musk is a bastard.
T-Dub.
Of course, got my news review out just yesterday. Like a Dragon Ishin. Got a quick review of that. And as of right now, I'm working on yet another review of another brand new game. Fitness Boxing Fist of the North Star.
Nice.
Yeah, I got that coming up. And then, of course, WWE 2K23. And then AEW Fight Forever. Oh boy, I am a busy boy this next month.
You are going to be busy. Damn. Of course, if you want to see any of his T-Dub's videos, just a little early, patreon.com/TWK reviews. Even $1 gets you in on getting early access to those videos. Of course, Shin already brought up his PayPal tip jar, paypal.com/Shintigercurl. He's already plugged the rest of the stuff. I'm not going to repeat it because, repetition is repetitious. Of course, my tip jar, paypal.me/MattyJ316. We have a Streamlabs merch table thing. And of course, I forgot to bring up emails. I am so sorry. We had a long show, and I forgot there was an email. Liam, at least acknowledge the person, Guts, in the chat. We sent another long block of text talking about the something being wrong with the AEW storytelling, and we'll be honest, they haven't had the hottest couple of months as far as storytelling is concerned. Wrestling's been good. Everything else, So we want to acknowledge that. But if you want to send something and we have time, the WrestleCast@gmail.com. If we have time, we will read them. I already plugged the Twitters, so at this point, we're done. We're not doing Joker Riffs tomorrow. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Why do you ask? What the fuck have we been talking about the last hour? Hint, hint, folks. We will be back in 2 weeks for that and all that stuff. Looking to do a thing with Easy Rider. Well, we're going to figure that whole stuff out eventually. And beyond that, that's it. That's our show. We thank you so much for tuning in and saying hello. But until then, on behalf of everybody, including the Shades.
On the Shades, and we'll see you guys next time. Rock on!
Thanks for coming by the way. The Shintigercurl.
I'm very much looking forward to Adam Pajiji versus John Mo X Liwa.
Sir, that's Adam Page versus John Moxley.
Get your ass out of this chair before I kick your ass!
There's a part of me that wants to see that substitute t-shirt try to misspell John Moxley's name now. Yeah, there will be blood, but who's going to bleed first is what I'm going to say. It's more, who am I kidding? It's Mox. TWK!
Be like Hangman. Hold your piss instead of gargling it.
God damn it!
Dave!
Thank you.
My name's Matty Jay, reminding you to help professional wrestling support your independent promotion as soon as possible. We will talk to you next week. Health pending, apparently. Now we'll be back next week to talk about that all elite wrestling pay-per-view action. Until then, my name's Matty Jay, reminding you of professional wrestling. Support your independent promotion as soon as possible. Have a good one. Have a safe one. I'll talk to you then. Bye, everybody. Bye.
And if there's one thing that you deserve, it's your fiance leaving you.
Whoa. Gonna need a sensu for that one.